Zach Wilson is a fine quarterback. There's nothing wrong with that. But to think that he's more ready than Trevor Lawrence or more ready than Justin Fields or more ready than Trey Lance or Mac Jones or any of these other quarterbacks, you just don't know. And I understand Randy Mueller was an executive in the National Football League and executive of the year and all that. Yes, that's great. That's his opinion. That's not the opinion of the Jacksonville Jaguars or maybe the opinion of some other executives in the National Football League and other teams. Is Zach Wilson, he looks great in T-shirts and shorts throwing the football. There's no question about it. But when you go back and you break down some of his film at BYU, he certainly has struggled at times, but he's also shown you some stuff where you're like, oh, okay, I like that. He can certainly make all the throws, but I think Trevor Lawrence can make all the throws as well. Trevor Lawrence is a longer, kind of bigger statue type quarterback that needs to probably get a little bulkier because, running from guys like Chris Canty and getting sandwiched between a Chris Canty and a Ndamukong Suh or Aaron Donald slamming you on your neck is totally different than college football. And I think that's the only problem that I have depending on what Jacksonville does with Trevor Lawrence in terms of the system that they're going to run. A lot of people think that it's going to be similar to what Urban Meyer has done at Ohio State in the past. We don't know. We have no idea what they're going to do. And so I think that's going to depend on that's going to show you a lot about what his career could potentially be like. What are they going to do? What are the Jets' plans if, in fact, Zach Wilson is their guy? What is Zach Wilson going to do? Are we going to look and see some of the same things that the 49ers did offensively? Or are they going to say, we're going to slow things down for him because he's young? We're going to only allow him to throw X amount of times a game, and we're going to run the football and play defense until he grows into the position. So you don't know that either. And I think when you look at it, the competition level certainly will make individuals scratch their head about what type of quarterback Zach Wilson could be because look at the teams that he's that he's going against. He's not like playing against stout competition week in and week out. I mean, you think about some of the games that he's played in. It's like, well, okay, they're playing UNLVs and Wyomings. I get it. But you're looking at his skill set, and you're watching him throw in shorts. And what you try to do from a personnel standpoint is project what he would be within your system, not necessarily who he's playing against or who he's throwing to. Who's he going to throw to in the National Football League? That's the key. Not the guys that you see him. And I heard Randy Mueller say that he can make all the throws and he throws people open. Well, the defenses he's playing against, anybody can throw him open. In the National Football League, you're going to be going up against all pro guys that are a little bit different. Can you make those same throws against some of these top-notch defensive backs with big defensive linemen bearing down on you? Can you do those things? Because, again, people are wide open in college football. You got a fifth, sixth-year senior going up against an 18-year-old freshman that just came from the prom. Well, in the National Football League, you're going to have a grown-ass man with a full beard with car seats in the back with kids to feed. It's totally different.
No doubt about it. And when you think about it from Zach Wilson's perspective, look, you mentioned it. It's a wide-open game, and you're not just talking about college football in general. That's why BYU has always played. Every quarterback that they have had, Taysom Hill, who doesn't even throw in the NFL, threw for a ton of yards. Robbie Bosco threw for a ton of yards, wasn't a great pro. Steve Young threw for a ton of yards, was a great pro. So you're right. In that system, whether it's Lavelle Edwards or now with Kalani Sitake, they have always thrown the ball all over the field decades before everybody else was throwing all over the field. But I will say this, Key. If the Jags take Urban Meyer and the Jags take Trevor Lawrence, and no matter how it works out, you're right, he's actually much more fleet of foot than you would think, and he does like Alex Smith and Tim Tebow and all the other guys he's made work, Justin Fields for the short time he had him. You think about it and you say to yourself, if it doesn't work with Trevor Lawrence, oh well, nobody is going to fault us for taking Trevor Lawrence. But you mentioned something yesterday that's really instructive this morning, which is if the Jets take Zach Wilson, and all signs indicate that they will, and it doesn't work out, Joe Douglas could be done before he even begins. No matter what happens with Lawrence, it's impossible to pass on him. But if you take Wilson and it doesn't work, boom.
I don't think it's going to work this year. I don't think it'll work next year. It's going to take time. But if there's no progress being shown over the next couple years, then clearly, no matter who they take at quarterback, it could be Zach Wilson, it could be Trey, it could be any of these guys. If they don't start to show some progress.
By when, though? Because Sam, we put a real tight deadline on him.
I would say by his third year, if you don't start seeing some Josh Allen type traits, you know what I'm saying, where Josh Allen was kind of like.
So where Daniel Jones is right now, he's entering that third season, and it's really make or break for a lot of people.
Yes.
Him, his GM.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That sort of first year, whatever. Second year, third year, you got to start to, like Josh Allen, where you start to, Brandon Beane, the general manager of Buffalo Bills, was smart enough to go get pieces to put around him. And you started to see where he was like, okay, this may work out for us. Whatever quarterback it is for the Jets, if they don't get that guy in the next 3 years to start to look like it's going to work, Baker Mayfield starting to look like, okay, he's going to be a good quarterback in the National Football. May not be a Hall of Famer, but we can live with him. And if that's not the case with whoever they take, Zach Wilson and whoever else, Joe Douglas' job is certainly going to be on the line. But then again, it is the Jets, so who knows?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.